This is a video about how cheap equipment you can use to make YouTube videos. First of all, you don't need much of anything. You don't have to have fancy 7Ds or Panasonic GH5s or all these really expensive cameras a lot of people have. The biggest issue, even on the super cheap cameras, is whether you're indoors or you're outdoors. There's more problems with light indoors than you have outdoors. Here's some examples. Right here is a cheap Windows phone. The only problem with this phone is that you can't see the screen outside. The video quality is quite good. It has sound and video, and this is a 635 Windows phone, and the quality is real good. It does not have a self camera though, and so you can only use, you don't get to see what you're shooting, and so that's really the biggest disadvantage of this phone. Another cell phone you can use is this Motorola e-phone. It has a self camera, but it's only 1/3 megapixel, which is okay outside, but inside it's not usable. The other camera is usable, but you can't see what you're shooting. The sound quality is good. It has a lot of controls for the picture quality and stuff, and so it's actually quite good to use for video. Here's another cheap camera. This right here is a LZ3 by Panasonic. It's a very cheap camera, and it has AA batteries, and it does not have sound. Well, at first you might think, if it doesn't have sound, that I can't use it for video, but you can. You could use a cell phone and take the sound on the cell phone, and then if you use a program like Blender, you can take the sound part of one file and add it to it, and you could still have video. And this takes very, very good photos on this. So the video is quite good, even though it doesn't have sound. There's other ways to get sound too. You could use, if you have like a mic from a PC or something like that, you might be able to use it and capture the sound. So there are other ways to capture the sound and just add it to it. This camera here is a very cheap camera. It's a Panasonic TZ1, and it has sound and video. The picture quality is actually poorer than the other camera. The other camera uses AA batteries. This has a rechargeable batteries, and so you can get an extra battery with this and recharge it. And so technically it's easier to use, but the picture quality is quite a bit worse than the cheaper camera I just showed you. But you can get rechargeables for it, and it doesn't have sound on that particular camera. But just about any of these cameras are going to be good outdoors. Indoors, it could be a different issue. The Motorola cell phone would have a problem indoors on the self camera, but the other camera would be fine. And so there's hardly any camera that you can't use and set up and do YouTube videos. There's editing at YouTube to do some editing. Programs like Blender that are free can be very, very helpful because you can do all kinds of special effects, use multiple cameras, add, delete videos, cut out sections. You can change the way things about the sound files, take sound files from different things and mix everything together. And so they give you a lot of power. So actually just about anybody can start with practically any camera at all and do video on YouTube, and most people won't know the difference. As far as the size of the photos, 480 is a size on some of these cameras, is a maximum size, and that may seem like a thing. On this cell phone, the main thing is turning the phone to the side. If you point it straight up, it won't look right on YouTube, but even if you have it at a different angle or something, as long as you have it turned to the side, it'll come out okay on YouTube. And also you can use programs like Handbrake to compress the size a little bit or change the format the video is in, and sometimes this is helpful also. So I hope some of these tips are helpful, and please subscribe, and I'll try to do another video later. Thanks.